good to be back in England, and it's good to see all you again. Take it, dude.
Hello, VC. Steve here, FlipSideCT. Thanks for joining me. I have about 15 albums to show. And as you just saw, a little preview of something. But first, my last video I talked about some vinyl finds at the flea market, and talked about the trip to Houston I'm going on, and also this Saturday, if anybody wanted to head and meet in New York City and go on, go on 7, 8, 10, 12 vinyl stores together if you wanted. I wanted to meet up with some of the VC, but it is what it is. Just IM me. Anyway, some of you did respond, so thank you. Hopefully one day could hook up. You just IM me. Of course the weekend works best for me, but you just got to let me know and show you around, take you on tour, see some rock and roll sites also. Would love to do it. In fact, a little something when I retire might want to do is do some rock tours in New York City and show people around some of the famous sites and etc. Anyway, so I have a show that I went to. I'm so backlogged. I'm looking at God, altogether, I'm backlogged. I got like 90 something albums down here. I'm looking at, but I'm going to show 15. Some are from a show a couple weeks ago, and then a record store. So I met a friend Paul a couple months ago, and he's a vendor at shows, and he goes, "Oh man, got good scores, did really well," and he pulled out an album and showed me a few of them, and I saw one, and I said, "Oh my God, that's on my list." I said, "Don't even tell me you got this here, and at the price." So I knew he had it, and I knew he would be selling it at a show. And his first show in Connecticut in Cromwell, I knew he would be there, and I had to figure it was going to be there unless he sold it. But as you could tell, it's alive. Totally, it's alive. The album's the Ramones Alive. It's alive. 1979, recorded shows, Rainbow Theatre in England. They just recorded Rock and Roll High School. They did 4 shows, I believe, in England in '79, and this one show was the keeper. The audience was just unbelievable. I just wish I could have seen this. I really miss these guys. I'm sure those of you who appreciate them know what I'm talking about. Despite the drama and all the things going on, I'm sure they would have had some type of cool reunion by now. This is just a remark. Frampton Comes Alive, any other, whatever live album. This is so remarkable, and I can't understand why it didn't sell more. It was released first in England and then later came to the U.S. So it has, the gatefolds, and it's just pure punk, pure hard punk rock. And Sid Vicious was a DD wannabe, totally. And DD was probably one of the greatest performer. I don't say greatest, but he was such a good performer. Bass playing technique I can't speak on, but to play that fast and play that, with that energy is just remarkable. And especially the songwriting was just, the simple type songwriting, but living the experience and writing about it is the beauty part of DD.
What they want, I don't know. I read the bad vinegar, feminist said no. They go through trouble, get to this level, escape.
This is 28 songs in 53 minutes. It's pretty remarkable.
You're gonna get up and up now. I end up and up now. So got the glory, not the fancy. Gotta move on. Fancy, go, move on. Fancy, go, move on. Fancy, go.
I love this album. Oh, this album is made in Portugal, so that didn't really matter to me. I just had to have it, and I'm so glad to bring this in my collection.
I'm gonna go for a whirl with that girl. I'm big old stopped in the great and hot
Okay, back to. I also bought one more album, which I'll show from my friend Paul. This is The Seeds in concert, raw and live, Merlin's Music Box. A little bit too much crowd noise in here, but they're still, I mean, they're just garage rocking to the max here.
900 million people born, all making love.
This was fun. This is a Pickwick album, but The Seeds Live was a really fun album. So I guess this is 1979. Anyway, that was fun. I wanted to get one. I was looking for 13th Floor Elevators, a reissue. Kicking myself, I didn't pick it up. And someone said, "Well, try this album." I said, "Wow, okay, reissue." And Gandalf, whatever you want to pronounce it. Cool album. This is a reissue. Prague Psych. Cool album. I don't see this one around. You see his albums all over. In fact, he's touring around and has a new album out. I don't see this. I believe this is 1989. Joe Jackson, Blaze of Glory. And this album really shows a lot of different talents of him. You know that he went all over the place. His first albums are just out of this world, brilliant, and his jazz, his blues, mellow, and this album is really good. It shows a lot of diversity. Blaze of Glory.
I'm gonna be 19 forever. No matter what you say, 19 forever. I'm gonna stay 19 forever. 'Cause this is my life.
This is one of the other albums I did buy from Paul. This is Frippinino, Evening Star. Those of you who are into Frippinino know what this is about. This is 1975. Again, I'm trying to build up my Eno collection and love the ambient. Some of these albums were a little pricey. When I talk about pricey, I say 20. I paid $25 for the Ramones. To me, it was worth it. And the other ones were just under that. But anyway, Canned Heat. Living the Blues. This is the double album, and this is just like it says, Living the Blues. Cool album, Canned Heat.
But you never did a thing to let me down, it's true.
Just fun album. Chet Atkins, Finger Picking Good. This was $2, and just again fun songs. Chet Atkins, you can't lose. Roy Buchanan, Livestock. Yeah, this was the $2. I get there early. I mentioned this in many of my posts that it's $3 to get in most places, and then $10 if you get in at 8 o'clock, and they give you an hour and a half to let the people in. I think it's worth it for $7 to start pulling and getting choices like this before everyone comes in. This was a find. This is actually on my turntable now, and this looks like it's an import. This is Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, I believe the first album. Usually it's the gray cover with the shape and design, but this looks to be like an import from England. I love his voice. They're just really a cool band, especially in the 80s. Paul Humphreys just blew us away I remember when he came out. When you heard it on that good dancing sound system, it was really killer. I'm glad I found this. This was $10. Klaus Schultz, Black Dance, dark. Little too dark for me, but I still can listen to it. Tolerable for me. Okay, Focus, the Dollar record. I always heard about Focus. I know I heard the song. They said, "Oh, it's a popular one. You know it." I played it. I knew the song, the Hocus Pocus, but I did not realize how good this album was and how prog rock it was. And I expected sort of bubblegummy pop stuff. No, this is a really good album. Really cool. All right, so now jump into one of the stores. I got 4 albums. Again, building my Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway. A light Van Morrison album. And again, I'm just getting so much into him, collecting his works. And he is so cool, so good. Something you could just put on, later in the evening. Didn't know much about these guys. Always heard about them. Of course, I know the lead singer, who it was, but I didn't really get into them. And of course, it's them. It's a double record set, and this floored me. This is just, the songs are just great. Van Morrison, of course, lead singing here, writing most of these songs, and this is a double album from 1972, and totally into this. There's a whole big write-up and talks about all the songs. Very impressive, and I'm so glad I started listening to it and getting it. Like most of you guys know already. I know you're in tune with them, and hey, I'm late to the party, but I brought the wine. I talked about Roger Eno before. Very slow, ambient, very smooth, gentle music. This is things that I enjoy, relaxing, reading a book too. And then when I was just leaving, I found this album, loved the CD, and just came out with this album, I think in August. It's a triple album. The guitarist just, is tops on my list. It's just brilliance. The backing band is just hard blues rock, southern rock, and this is Jimmy Page and Black Crowes, live at the Green. So this album has been out for a little bit. I do have the tour program with this, so that's cool. So the tour was from 2000, and this has all their typical songs, and it's cool because it's, as you can see, the emphasis on the white. So this is all white label with a little bit of black marking in it. The only thing I got to say about this is I'm not pleased where the vocal levels are. Us Zeppelin fans, we know the words, thankfully, but I'm disappointed with the level of the vocals. I wish it was a little bit more pronounced. Of course, you got to make sure Jimmy's shining in here. And anyway, like I said, I think this came out in August. I don't know about print runs or anything. folks. Like I said, I am me. If somebody wants to meet me in New York City this Saturday, I think the weather's supposed to be cool and nice. I think Friday's supposed to rain. But anyway, that's for the 17th of October, 2015. Thank you all. I've been real busy. Just slow in watching things. I am watching some. And just so busy. There's so many things going on. Good things. So I got a bunch more to show, and I got one special video to make coming up real shortly when I get the album delivered. And I look forward very much to showing that. Okay. Thanks, everyone.